Many strangers seemed very concerned about my aesthetic, particularly about how I will look when I'm 70 years old, for example. When I'm old. The old people I've been around, they aren't concerned with how they look. They're usually fighting for their life in some form, whether it be cancer or some disease. They're busy spending what time they have left on this earth. They're not worried about what they look like at 70. How many 70-year-olds do you know that are concerned with how they look? Why does wrinkly, colorful skin look more or less better than wrinkly, non-colored skin? I don't see much difference besides color. I thought we got over this a long time ago, people. What's the difference? I feel like it comes from a place of hurt and bitterness, especially when it's a stranger. Their life is not affected by this person's choice to have tattoos, but they want to be an ugly person, and they're lecturing about beauty. I find that ironic. If you don't, we don't have the same sense of humor or perspective. And that's okay. And most of the people that are concerned with how pretty I'm going to look at an old age say it in very ugly ways, which leads me to feel like their insides aren't very nice, aren't very pretty. But they're concerned with my pretty at 70 years old. And again, we're assuming I'm going to make it to 70. I think your heart is hurt if you're concerned with how somebody is going to look with wrinkly skin and tattoos at 70. At any age, really. Why does anyone's aesthetic disturb your inner peace? That is a better question. That's the question I tend to ask these people. I never get a real answer. I've still not gotten an answer that didn't root back to, somebody saying something very ugly about what was pretty. I'm on this earth and in this body to enjoy my life. I am not here to please anyone. You are not here to please anyone. We are going to disagree. We are not always going to like what somebody else does or says. But if it does not infringe on our own well-being, why waste effort, energy, time, your most valuable resources to be mean, ugly, and nasty to people? Really question that. Why do you feel the need to do that if you do that? It's very common for me to see it every day, all day long, in between amazing, beautiful comments from really good people. It's just a reminder how hurt a lot of y'all are. We all deal with hurt. We all deal with mental pains, emotional struggles. You can call it whatever you want. But letting your hurt bleed on to other people is not a very nice thing to do. To concern yourself with somebody's aesthetic to the degree of just demeaning them and shaming them, I don't understand how that brings you peace or change or anything beneficial. And if it doesn't bring you any benefit, why are you wasting your time? Do you not have better things to do? Do you not have more important things in your life? Have some fun. Make friends. Don't concern yourself with the trivial things on what I'm wearing or how masculine my look is or how my tattoos will be when I'm 70 years old, or it's not ladylike to stick my tongue out. I'm not here to please anyone other than myself, just like you. So I'm sorry if you struggle to process somebody's aesthetic or somebody is struggling to process your aesthetic. I don't think it's something worth arguing over. I think it's quite silly. Trying to decide, well, the preferred national art form. It's surrealism. No, it's realism. No, it's pointillism. Really, give me a break. We all have our preference. We all have our own forms of enjoyment. So don't try to force other people into your box. Nobody's telling you to abandon your box. But we also don't want to come in and join and suffocate with you. Do you understand that? I am enjoying all those opportunities that I have to express myself, to realize how many people feel so trapped in their mind that they're more concerned about what I'm doing or being bored with my content and still showing up for it, or showing up for it and calling me names. Like, I wish so much for you guys. I wish so much for you to find a passion, a hobby. I wish for you to fill in that void, to create some purpose in your relationships, bond with the people you care about, and you'll care a whole lot less at what I'm doing or how I'll look when I'm 70 years old. It's sad to care about how a stranger is going to look when they're 70 years old, or to stop and take the time to be very negative and bitter towards them about it. It's not you. It's not your body. It has no impact on you. I'm not telling anyone else to do it. I'm just being me, being my creative, expressive self. And that shouldn't threaten you. I'm in my space. You're in your space. You have control. You don't like what you see? Turn it off. Scroll. Move past it. But to waste energy indicates you're trying to find purpose. And if you're trying to find purpose in bitterness and being hateful and negative, I don't think you'll ever fill that void. I think you'll always be hungry to hurt. And that's sad, because then you just raise people to be hurt people. You're probably not nice to your friends if you have them. Probably don't have many close relationships. I can't imagine, because I would never tolerate somebody to be like that in my life. If somebody was that concerned about my aesthetic look that they wanted to be mean to me about it, derogatory, or not be my friend, or tell me I'm you, gross, disgusting, any of those kind of things at all, that's unacceptable. It's not acceptable. That's where you draw a boundary and say no more. So if you're dealing with that, draw the damn boundary. No more. Don't give your valuable anything, your time, your energy, your efforts, none of it. You keep that, bank it. It'll pay off. It does every time. What you focus on grows. So the more you focus on what I'm going to look like when I'm 70, you're going to get to 70 a whole lot quicker, wishing that you paid more attention to how you got there, not how I got where I am. But I do wish you inner peace, because that is a deep struggle. And I do see a lot of people lashing out at strangers or even people that they love unnecessarily. Learn to communicate. Learn to open up. It's not so scary. You don't have to be mean. Resolving the hurt inside of yourself is probably the first major thing you need to confront, process, deal with. Because hurt people hurt other people. Happy people are just happy. Happy people are enjoying what's going on, and if they don't like it, they move themselves back into a place where they're happy. They don't stay there. They don't dwell. They don't harass. They don't mock. They don't have time for that. Happy people don't have time to be mean. That's how I know none of you people that are concerned about with how I look and say horrible, insulting things are happy. It's so obvious. And I hope you find that purpose you need, that drive, that hunger for being happy. Bitterness is a cancer. Bitterness is very hard to process. Long term, it sits in your body like acidity. It's okay to talk to people and be nice. You won't get cooties. Next time you are thinking about taking somebody's mean, nasty comment too serious, or you are about to comment something mean and nasty. Just breathe through it. Life is so short. It's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. My friend had beautiful tattoos on her arms. And she made it to 39. I hope she never wasted a single day giving anyone the time of day that was concerned with how she looked at 70. Don't let it eat you alive. There's beauty in everything you want to see. There's beauty in everything in life. We all have beauty, whether you want to see it or not. Doesn't make it any less present in somebody else's eyes. I'm sure you have family to love, friends to spend time with, a cat or a dog to cuddle with. Why don't you spend time doing that instead? Instead of worrying about being mean and nasty to somebody. Spend time on the things you love, not what you hate. Flip the page, turn the screen, scroll away. You don't like it? Don't stay there. Never stay long enough to where you release that acidity and let it affect your entire well-being. And it has nothing to do with you in the first place. I don't know how I'll look when I'm 70. If I get to 70, I'll have tattoos. I'm not concerned about it at my age now. I'm not going to be concerned about it then. I have so much more in life worth my time, my effort, and my energy. My friends, my family, my animals, nature. I have fun to have. Maybe you should try it sometime. Life's not so bad. Quit hating on it. Try to embrace the beauty. Give yourself a brain challenge. See that silver lining in everything. And if you can't, don't attach to it. Don't attach. It has nothing to do with you. Life's not personal. Your journey is, though. So stay on your own path.